welcome back to Dinner and a Side, where my sister and I solve your dinner dilemma with a main dish and a side. Today we're making Japanese braised pork belly and yaki udon. If you've never had this before, grab the recipe and get cooking. I promise you're gonna love this.
You might be wondering where Angie is. When I told her I wanted to make this dish, she went looking for udon noodles and I haven't seen her since. Kidding, of course, but it can't be difficult to find these unless you have a good Asian market. We have a lot here in my town, but Angie's small town doesn't. So I sent her some from Amazon.
She thinks it's pretty funny when I can't get some of the ingredients here. But I was totally prepared to use spaghetti noodles. This recipe is so good. I'm making the main dish today, so let's get started.
I'm pouring hot broth, garlic, rice wine, ginger, and sugar into a large pan. Set the pork belly slices into the broth, cover and simmer for about 2 hours.
I've got my pork belly braising back there, so I'm gonna get started with the vegetables for the yaki udon. We're doing cabbage, mushrooms, carrot, and some onion.
The onion I'm going to cut into thicker slices. The cabbage I'll cut into chunks. The carrots should be julienned, which is just a fancy way of saying matchsticks. Then slice the mushrooms. Then you can finally slice the garlic and ginger.
Okay, and now for the sauce. We've got 2 tablespoons of soy sauce,
Oyster sauce, sugar, ketchup, and rice wine vinegar. Give it a good whisking to mix it all up. We also need to get these udon noodles on, so bring a pot of water to a boil. Once it starts to boil, then add in the noodles. These are just going to take about 2 to 3 minutes because they're already cooked.
Well, the pork belly is just about done braising over here, so I'm going to mix the glaze ingredients into a small jar.
For me, a jar is just an easier way to mix up all the ingredients, but you can use a bowl and a whisk if you prefer. After 2 hours, uncover the pan and remove the pork belly from the broth. I put it on a plate, but I'm going to transfer it over to a cutting board. Pat the pieces dry with a paper towel so they'll fry up better. Cut the pork into smaller bite-sized pieces. Add oil to the frying pan and then add in the pork. Fry it on medium-high heat until the pork starts to turn golden brown. This is where the magic happens. Pour the glaze over the pork and continue to cook it until the pork looks dark and sticky.
Okay, I better hurry and finish this udon.
The noodles are done, so I'm going to drain them into a colander. And then I'm just going to run some cold water over them to stop the cooking. Now you can add a little bit of sesame oil to keep them from sticking together, and then we're going to set them aside for a minute. I'm using a wok to cook my udon, but if you don't have one, you can just use a large pan. You're going to heat 1 tablespoon of oil over medium-high to high heat, and then add the garlic and the chopped ginger. Saute this for about 30 seconds, just until it's fragrant. You don't want it to burn. Add all the vegetables to the pan and saute them for about 5 to 7 minutes, just until the vegetables soften. It might look like a lot of vegetables in the pan, but they will cook down, so don't worry. When the vegetables are cooked, but they're still a bit crunchy, add the drained noodles and the sauce. Toss everything together for 2 to 3 minutes, or just until the noodles are nicely coated with the sauce. Now we can plate it up.
This pork belly smells amazing.
All right, let's plate it up.
That's our Japanese pork belly and yaki udon. It's worth a splurge once in a while because it's delicious. So good.
We really hope you enjoyed these recipes. If you did, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell so that you'll be notified of our other videos. I was right, this is really good.